Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Gwyneth. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a busy month, and we are now leaping into the month of June. It doesn't seem possible. We've all been so frenetic. So many things have happened. I can tell you right now that this forecast period running from June 1st to the 19th is a little different than what's been happening. Some folks are talking about this month as being a cooling off period. Some people are talking about it as a chance to regroup. I think it's a period where we are starting to analyze all the various pieces in our everyday existence, whether it's personal or public. I also think it's a period of time when we are seeing the masks come off on all different types of people, folks that you may have considered allies, or not to get creepy about this, but this is a period of shifting currents. So I decided to run this forecast because in a certain way, because I feel that the important aspects are few, but as they say, they're mighty. So let's get going, and I'll just run through a little bit of it for you, and then I'll start jumping right into the signs. We have a new moon on the 14th. It's in Gemini. It's mercurial. It's excitable. It's a new beginning. As I said before, I think we're starting to have a chance to analyze all of the activities we've been engaging in, all of the various pieces of information, because this is about Mercury, that have been tossed our way. And this new moon in Gemini gives us a very frank observation point to look at all of those things and issues that we have been, maybe in some ways, very cavalier about managing. So this new moon on Sunday the 14th could jolt you into a clear understanding of something. And when I talk about the various signs, you'll see how it plays out in your own lives. Another really important aspect here is that we have a Sun sextile Saturn. Sun is always in the process of lighting up or expanding upon or infusing a situation with positivity. And then it's sextiling or connecting with, in a positive way, Saturn. And Saturn is all about security and groundedness and taking things very seriously in no-nonsense ways. So you have Saturn sextile the Sun. I think it's an opportunity to get real about your finances, about your relationship, about your direction in life. It doesn't have to be harsh, but I think it's happening. So, somebody that I like to, and I really enjoy listening to, said to me, it's like it gives you the perfect opportunity to negotiate a salary or negotiate a new home or find a better living circumstance altogether. So that's that particular aspect. And that's happening on Tuesday the 2nd. So keep that in mind. You can write these things down. They're very handy to know. And then there's something else happening. It hasn't happened in 50 years. We have Chiron going into Taurus. Practical, earthy, very sensual Taurus. Chiron is the wounded healer. It is always in your chart. Everyone has that something in Chiron. But in general, the astrological world information right now places Chiron in Taurus. And this will happen this forecast period. And it's very important because we're moving out of fiery, explosive Aries into this more mellow energy. And this is happening on the 19th. And some of you will feel it, some of you won't. It's that area of your life where you kind of struggle. You always feel that you have to relearn it or recalculate your direction in life wherever Chiron falls in your chart. It may be the one handicap you have. You could be extremely, incredibly talented, but there is something here that gets under your skin, and that's Chiron. So keep that in mind too. And I'm thinking, actually, I've been accused of constantly thinking, where are we headed? Because so much has occurred on a political level. Many of my friends have gone through all kinds of changes, and myself included, in the last few months. What's up next? Well, I think this is a period of time right now where we're going to get a chance to analyze that. Breathe and take time to understand what we are actually doing and how it's affecting us or affecting others. So, not to get too heavy, let's jump in to the signs and see what's going on with them. I'll be right back. Okay, let's start with Aries. How are you, everybody? If you're an Aries, sun, moon, or rising, listen up. So, if you listen to my preview here, I can tell you that so many things are happening to all of us right now. It's hard to keep track, but this is a resting position for us. Maybe the next 20 days is a chance to regroup. Hopefully it happens to you. Now, Aries, we have a new moon. I'm looking at my notes here because I'm trying to get the right dates for you. On Sunday the 14th, new moon falls in an area that demands your ability to communicate and share your ideas. And also, if you are jumping into a new project that has something to do with talking to people, pitching an idea, maybe you're an editor or a writer, or maybe you have a podcast, or maybe you're starting to think of one. This is a really exciting new moon for you. The other thing that's going down here is that along the lines of pitching a new idea, we have Saturn sextiling the sun. And the sun is in Gemini and Saturn is in Aries. And the sun for you is in that area of communication. And Saturn is always about hardballing things, getting your ideas across, being very grounded. Okay, so this is a fabulous time for you to step forward and use your incredible persona to share something that's very important to you. It could be even getting something off your chest with a work partner or somebody that you're very close to. But that's going on. It's a negotiation period. And you have an advantage. On Tuesday the 9th, there's a very, very gentle, very sweet combination of Venus conjunct big lovable Jupiter. And for you, that's in your home and family environment. And it has to do with the people that inhabit your home. It can have to do with your home. Maybe you want a makeover for the house. whatever it is, it's coming up this period. This forecast, by the way, runs from June 1st to the 19th. So if you didn't catch the beginning of this, that's when this is happening. And lastly, I mentioned that we have a shift in something called Chiron. Chiron is that area of your chart where you feel the most uncomfortable with your talent, your ideas, your whatevers. And in your case, it's in the area of how you earn your money. Well, Chiron's moving into Taurus. It's much more old-fashioned. It's earthy. It likes to take its time. So this might be a great opportunity for you to slow down and look at how you're earning your money and how you're spending it. Okay, Aries, let's take a look at the cards. We'll pull just a few today and see what is going on with you over the next few weeks. Artistic expression. Now, you're probably saying, I'm not an artist. This has to do with this particular card, which I think is a beautiful card, is about creativity and just stop the censoring that goes on in our heads and just make something. It could be that you're going to bake a pie or knot some ropes so that you can hang your hammock up. Creativity comes in all forms. So let's see what it comes up with the tarot cards when we talk about artistic expression. There's a new project. I mentioned that's a possibility for you. Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. This card is the opportunity card. It's always comes in that form. Someone's handing you a chance to work on something that matters to you. You just have to stay grounded in this process. Use your head. Negotiate wisely. Don't get so excited over the fact that they're offering you this opportunity that you lose sight of what's really happening, because they're going to benefit also. So just stay grounded and carry out the negotiations carefully. You may feel a little nervous and worried and despondent because you're feeling like, well, it didn't work last time. Forget that. You need to stay in the present, because there is something coming your way. It's some sort of offer or message. Okay, Aries. I wish you lots of luck on every endeavor. This is so super exciting. And until next time, take care. Hello, Leos. Sun, Moon, and Rising. How are you? This is a forecast that runs from June 1st to the 19th. It's not a few weeks packed with thousands of important aspects, but the aspects that are in this month, or in this couple week period, not month, are important. So let's start out with the biggie. On Tuesday the 2nd, the Sun sextiles Saturn. That means that there's an opportunity when the Sun and Saturn come together to take something very seriously. And it's important, but it's also very positive. And for you, that's in the area of growing, expanding, learning. And it's tied to a big organization or a community group or a community theater, or where you actually are being asked to grow in some way. Maybe you're being sent abroad. Maybe you're coming in to choreograph something. But whatever it is, this is occurring in that area of your chart where it's all about learning, growing, and becoming more conscious and aware of the outside world. On Tuesday the 9th, there is a beautiful coming together of Venus and Jupiter in your area of the chart that's about your deepest hidden secrets. There's something nobody knows about you that you want to share with the world. Maybe you are a secret knitter. I know it sounds very boring. Maybe you're an ice skater. We'll pick that. And maybe it's something that you've always longed to be involved with, or maybe you want to teach it. But this period allows you to launch something or to be more active within. So that's coming up. It's in that part of your chart where it almost feels spiritual for you. So that's important. On Sunday the 14th, we have the new moon in Gemini. And that is a new beginning. And for you, it's impacted by your personal dreams and wishes, what you've hoped for all along. But it's also impacted by the fact that it could involve some large, loud group of individuals who operate as an association, a corporation, something like that. And you might be diving in to this community. It could be any form of community, and you could be hired or brought in as a team player in some way. So that's something that's coming up. And then another important aspect that's happening all over everybody's charts in different positions is that Chiron, which is the sign of the wounded healer, it's the place where you have some problems as you go through life. It's not an easy spot for you. And it's in your area of career. At least that's where this will be landing. Now, your own natal Chiron, it could be somewhere else in your chart. But here, you're going to be working out some issues as it relates to how you work, how you want to demonstrate your abilities in the big world. So, for the first time in 50 years, Chiron moves into, drum roll, Taurus. And Taurus is a creative sign. It's a very tactile energy. People are very, Taurians make practical decisions. And with this position in your chart, it could have an impact on your great and glorious career. So that's what's going on with you folks. And it's short, but it's mighty. So let's take a look at the Oracle card, see what comes out for you, Leo, and then pull a few tarot cards too. Teacher. So this is, an interesting position. This is an interesting card for you. A lot of Leos are in the limelight. They have to be around people. They have to stand in front of them. Being a teacher, a professor, a guide, a mentor in some way, it would be very fitting for any leonine personality. Oh, partnership, a coming together, a meeting of the minds, a needing to compromise, the Two of Cups. It can, if you're looking for love, it could mean that also. The Seven of Cups is about staying clear about what's real and what's not. It's the card of illusion. It's also the card of the dreamer. Is this really a love affair, or is this a person really just wanting to be your buddy? You may feel a little disappointed over the next week, but this card is saying to you, Five of Cups, you're not seeing the whole full picture. You're missing something that's very important. You haven't lost everything. It hasn't all gone down the drain. In fact, whatever happened was probably for the best. Because there's growth on the horizon, Ten of Pentacles. That's financial. That's productivity. And lastly, the reason you have this growth is because something around you is coming undone. And you are there to keep it going. Okay, so until next time, Leo, I look forward to seeing you after the 19th. Take care. Hey, Sag, how are you? Sun, moon, or rising, doesn't matter. Come listen. So let's jump right in. Oh, by the way, this goes from the 1st of June to the 19th. So the big news is that we have a new moon in Gemini. And for you, that's going to be in the area of your love, your romantic life, your long-term romantic partnership, or some other type of partnership. And it's a new beginning. Some of you may be segueing from a dating status into a commitment status. You may have said to yourself, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Or this is the shoe store I want to run for the rest of my life. It, it doesn't have to be, one thing or the other. So that's exciting. Along with this new moon, we also have the sun sextiling Saturn. The sun, of course, in Gemini, in the same position in the 7th house. And it will be making a very positive, practical connection with something within your 5th house. So that practical connection could be with the romantic partner. The practical connection could be a creative venture or a decision to have children or something like that. On the 9th, which is a Tuesday, we have a very, very sweet coming together of Venus and Jupiter. They're conjuncting in your 8th house. It's expansive, but it's very, very beautifully loving. And your 8th house is about transition. So this thing that's happening in your 7th house and in your 5th house of love and romance and children and fun times is also somehow connected to the 8th house, which is also about your sexuality, tax arrangements, inheritances. It can also be about any other type of transition. So you might be deciding to buy a house or move or do something like that. So that's very, very interesting. And lastly, we have a major shift in the sign of Chiron, which is the wounded healer position. Every chart has this. It's individual for all of you. But as Chiron is transiting the Earth right now, we have Chiron in your 6th house. It's the area that's giving you possibly a little bit of annoyance going forward, because Chiron hasn't been in this sign of Taurus for 50 years. And where does that fall in this chart with you, Sag? In the 6th house of work, health. So it's really important for you to do good things for your body. exercise, etc., 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 and look into things that may be annoying you. And it could be anything from teeth to feet. So I don't have the understanding of all of your needs out there because there's a lot of you and only me. But this is a good thing to do at this time. And this Chiron and Taurus will stay there for a while. So this will be the area that you have to work on. And that's it. That's, from the 1st to the 19th, this is the big news. It gives you a chance to regroup and recalculate. So let's take a look at what's happening with the cards. I always think it's interesting how the information from the oracle cards and the tarot cards kind of work with the current transits in astrology. Open your heart to love. Well, have we not been talking about this? It's a very beautiful few days from the 1st to the 19th for all of you Sagittarians. Who in your life are you feeling like you need to embrace? Who's there that needs a hug? Or have you shut yourself off from loving someone because you thought it wasn't appropriate, or you are still recovering from the loss of somebody? But, being a good friend and a caring companion is an important thing too. There'll be some good news coming in around your finances. Page of Pentacles. Doors are opening for you around money, the world. So this could be an opportunity to travel for a position. This could also be an opportunity to expand in your field. You've had plenty of disagreements with people that you have worked with. But there will be a celebration. 3 of Cups. And I'm going to stop there. 3 of Cups could be a wedding, a reception, something very exciting. So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know how it's going. Drop me a line. I'm at cottagetarot.com. Okay, Sagittarius, take care and have a great few weeks. Bye. Hello, Gemini. How are you? This is going to be a great few weeks. From the 1st to the 19th, it's all about you. So let's jump right in. So on Tuesday the 2nd, the sun will sextile Saturn. And for you, it's a connection between large groups, maybe the place where you work, or even a community organization you're involved in, and your identity, your personhood. So it could be outside of work. It could be something you're really invested in, and you feel like there's a potential for you to be more involved. Then on Tuesday the 9th, Venus will conjunct Jupiter, which is the love of Venus and the energy of being loved will be even intensified because Jupiter likes to make things bigger, better, louder, etc. And for you, that is in your area of money, growth, any kind of thing where you get something really beautiful given to you. Someone could be giving you a ring. Somebody could be giving you a couch. It doesn't just have to come from your earnings, although it can. And then On Sunday the 14th, we have a new moon. And that new moon is new beginnings. And it's in the sign of Gemini. And dear Gemini, it's on your first house. I don't mean to be so emphatic, but I'd be clicking my heels if I were a Gemini. This is exciting. And the other thing is, anything across from Gemini, you pick up the energy of that. And Sagittarius is also part of this storyline in your 7th house of long-term relationships. So put those two things together. And then lastly, to make this, this is a very short and sweet report, is that Chiron, the wounded healer, which everyone has in their charts, but personally in their charts, but this is the global transiting Chiron. It's in your 12th house. So you may have a very special activity or interest or spiritual leaning that really a lot of people don't know about you. And if they do, they know about it, but they don't pay much attention to it. And that's something that you are trying to work through. It could be that you're a dancer, a closet dancer. You could be any number of things, very spiritual. You may feel called to a religious order, but you have 3 children and you're trying to raise them. So, it gets complicated. But this Chiron is in the sign of Taurus and will stay in the sign of Taurus for a little while. In fact, it has not been in the sign of Taurus, which is all about beauty and tactile activities and earthy things, for 50 years. So this is an important transition, and I think you will be feeling it. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at the cards and see how they dovetail with what we're talking about. I'll get that one in there too. Alrighty, let's pull an oracle card for you, Gemini. Spiritual law of attraction. This is the time to manifest for you. It's really important. This card would not come up unless it's a siren call to all you Geminis. Write down, particularly around the new moon, which I'm looking at the date, Sunday the 14th, write down your biggest hopes and wishes. What would you like to see happen in your life? And then and light a candle or something around it and see how that works out for you. Now, don't get carried away with the candles. You are writing things down on paper, but it's about intention. See it done. Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to produce strawberry jam? Are you interested in this person or that person? Write it down and see it happening. Use your intuition, the intuition card, the High Priestess card. What is calling out to you? This is a time for learning new skills or new trade to get additional training in general. This is the healing card. You've been worrying a lot. You're tired. This is an opportunity now to recover. You have had moments that have felt very painful and debilitating. This says that you're moving into the ending cycle of that. You're not, the pain, the suffering, you're almost finished with it. 10 of Swords. And lastly, an opportunity for increased earnings. Now, will you be spending it quickly? Yes, but you will be making extra money. Okay, so on that note, drop me a line. Let me know how you're doing. Like, share, and subscribe. I love hearing from everybody. Take care. Hello, Libra. How are you? Are you having a spiffy segue into June? I live on the East Coast. It is cold enough for a sweater. I saw somebody walking around with a parka. Now, that's getting a little carried away, but it is nippy, as they say, here in New England. So, I want to share with you that this is a forecast from June 1st to the 19th. A lot is happening, but we don't have a lot of massive aspects. But the ones that we do have are very, very powerful. So let's jump right in. On Tuesday, the 2nd, the sun will join forces with Saturn, and which means that Saturn's powerful, practical, no-nonsense activities are supported by the glow up from the sun. The sun is in Gemini and Saturn is in Aries. This is a great time to negotiate situations. Now, Saturn for you is in your 7th house of long-term partnerships, marriage, long-term cohabitating partnerships, partnerships that you have in business. And the sun is in the 9th. So something that's happening in a very important long-term relationship is going to give you the opportunity to grow, travel, learn, relocate, learn a new language, etc., etc. So that in itself is exciting. On Tuesday the 9th, we have Venus and Jupiter in the same sign coming together to bring just this lovely energy of love and beauty and, you know, kissy kissy, whatever that is for you. Maybe you get a new puppy, or maybe you get an opportunity to go out for ice cream with your grandkids. But whatever it is, it's delightful. And for you, the delightful happens in that area of your chart where you're exposed to a bigger community that you're working within, whatever form that takes. If you want to call it your career, great. If you want to call it a volunteer association, terrific. But it all feels copacetic and safe and lovely. So that's going on. Maybe it's it's the break we've all needed. On Sunday the 14th, the moon moves into Gemini. It's a new beginning. It is a new start. It's a great time to write down your new moon affirmations. It's in Gemini in your 9th. So it could be, as I mentioned before, an opportunity for travel, for going back to school, for learning, any number of things. Learning how to bake cupcakes in a special way doesn't mean you're going to a university. Maybe you're going to go to a culinary school. Maybe you're not going to go to school. Maybe you're going to join your Aunt Edna and learn how she makes her special sauce. I'm into cooking, by the way. So that's what's going on. And then on Friday the 19th, Chiron, the wounded healer, who you've all heard of this. It's that position in your chart that's always about where you have maybe some of the biggest struggles. And everybody's different. I can't read all of you at once, or I'd be a real magician. But laying out this chart like I have, that is in your 8th house. So if there's anything giving you a rub, because Chiron's moved into Taurus, and I use that term euphemistically because Taurus is into, people who are Tauruses in general, work with pottery, work with their hands. A lot of Tauruses are into the massage industry. They're acupuncturists. They do reflexology. They do serious body work. Many Taurians are artists and particularly painters. So, but this 9th house for you is activated next to it. And Chiron in the 8th is talking about a major transition. So I bring up the 9th because there could be an opportunity here to move or travel, but it won't necessarily be all fun and games. So keep that in mind. And that's the story. That's a story this couple weeks. It's enough. If you have questions or you want to drop a line and say something to me, I'm at cottagetarot.com. And oh, please like, share, and subscribe. So let's take a look at your cards, Libra. Let's see what's going on here. Whoops, got to put him in there. I use 2 decks. I use an oracle deck. I've used them this way for years and years. Drink more water. This is about hydrating, but it's also, I never thought this was just about drinking water. It's about taking care of your physical well-being. So let's see what else it has to say. Oh, remember I talked about traveling? These are quick trips back and forth. 8 of Wands. Busy, busy. Planting the seeds of a new idea to earn more money. 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, a new project. 8 of Swords. You are not tied down. You are not in a bad place. You just have to continue moving forward. Because this is an illusion card. And lastly, use your head and stay grounded. This means do not follow whimsy. Analyze all the components of what you're trying to accomplish. And on that note, Libra, I want you to have a fabulous couple weeks. And until next time, take care.